Sorry, my apologies. My apologies. I really should have done the research on this before I got to this point in the conversation. First off, let me read this other one just real quick, not that it matters. Gingrich continued, the folks who want to build this mosque, who are really radical Islamists, who want to triumphantly prove that they can build a mosque right next to the yada yada yada, blah blah blah. They're trying to make a case about supremacy. That's why they won't go anywhere else. That's why they won't accept any other offer. Anyway, actually, the reason why they shouldn't do that is because in this country, you don't get to do that with religion. It's kind of what we do. We have this separation. Anyway, what I wanted to do was get to the update part, and I should have looked this up before. My apologies. I'm going to have to splice this whole thing together and do video magic. Opening on September 21st, 2011, Park 51 was open to the public as 4,000 square feet of renovated space in the Burlington Coat Factory. The center's opening was without incident. Visitors were able to view 160 portraits of immigrant children living in New York during the exhibit. New York Children, and a carpeted prayer room is located on a lower level. A carpeted prayer room is located on a lower level. The project's developer, Sharif El-Gamal, hopes that the new building can be completed within several years. So they're working on that. It's open. Anyway, they all came out against this. Now there's this thing going on where we essentially have become a modern country where every woman who has health insurance will be covered if she would like to get birth control. And through an outrage, and then the administration was like, okay, cool, no problem. Your employer doesn't have to pay for it. If you know, you've got this hardcore religious opposition, the insurance company can contact you directly. The insurance companies will do this anyway. If they've got people covered, it's actually way cheaper for them to not have to cover like a birth. And I don't want to say that they would love to have everybody on birth control forever. They'd actually love to have the births too, I'm sure. But the economics of it, even for the folks who provide the pills, it makes sense for them to sell them directly. So anyway, every woman now in the country is covered. The Pope doesn't like that? I'm sorry. Okay. So the religious freedom thing, like, that's kind of why the country was made here. Like, it can't get any simpler than that one. Like, the whole separation of church and state. Yeah, I'm sure the Pope really doesn't want everyone to be able to, but I don't give a shit. I'm sorry. I mean, hope you're not offended, Your Holiness. Yeah, that's kind of why we did the place. That's what we kind of stand for, is not having religious folks, though. It's what we could do and can't do necessarily in our personal and sexual lives. The hypocrisy here, as this religious freedom thing comes up for a hearing on whether or not the president, the current president, if you can believe it, wants to trample religious freedom, while all of these candidates for the Republican nomination have already, in a sense, kind of trampled religious freedom with those statements I just read you. So I just wanted to rant about it. And, you know, God doesn't work in that mysterious ways, as the title suggests. God will always give you plenty of rope with which to hang yourself. And so I mean, really, where's this conversation gonna go now? I mean, like, okay, yeah, you guys want to say Obama hates freedom of religion for some reason because of the birth control Pope thing, but you guys all coming out against a religious building, a prayer room. I'm sorry. Just it boggles the mind. It makes me so like blah that instead of talking to myself, I talk to my computer and it's got a camera. So then I can talk to all of you people and be like, "What does that make sense to anybody? Is this not just ridiculous?" Can we vote for, like, everybody who wants to vote for Obama, but everybody who doesn't want to really actually vote for one of these Republican entities, don't vote for them. You know, just don't vote against Obama by voting for one of these people, because look at what you're getting. Hey, time to splice and dice. Good night, everybody. See you in a bit.